Hey friends, Kevin here, your Sacramento, Stockton area realtor and lender, here with this week's weekly real estate report. Well, let's start this off with a little bit of fantastic economic news. Last week, we talked about the fact that the Fed is anticipated to start lowering rates. So, see an end to rates going up. Now we might start seeing rates go back down. Good news for everybody. Let's see. Number 2, stock market went up. Fantastic news there. If you haven't checked your 401k, you might want to take a look at it because there's some good news going on there. Now, an interesting thing about all of this is my father-in-law, a very wise man, always says, you can always expect prosperity in an election year, the year leading up to an election and the year after, for obvious reasons, right? So, hey, maybe that's going to come true this year. We're going to see a great year coming up. And possibly one more year after that, at least. I would like to see that. Let's see. Let's take a look at the chart and see what's going on this week. Now, before I get into all the numbers, today is actually kind of a bit of a special day for me. If we take a look at the dates down here and we look at here we are, December 23rd, 2023. And if we go all the way back to the beginning of the chart and look at some of the data right here, come on, data. There we go. I started the chart 10 years ago. Actually, I'm off by one little dot there. But anyway, December 13th, 2013 is when I had the idea to start putting together some data that would make sense to me and see if I could find some sort of pattern in real estate. And taking a look at the chart, which I don't normally go back far enough for you to see, you can see over the years, there's an absolute definite pattern that has developed. Although it all fell apart right about January 1st of 2020 when COVID hit. Oops, that's back over this way. But anyway, so you can see that we definitely have patterns. And with these patterns, I can actually, with reasonable accuracy, predict the best day to sell, when you're going to get the highest value for your home, best time to sell, which was the whole point of starting this chart. And it's what I did. So with that being said, let's take a look exactly what's happening this week and the patterns that have developed. All right, so I have really been watching this right here, our median sales price, anticipating that it would start going down. And we definitely have 3 good data points showing that it is starting to drop, but 3 data points really isn't enough to say that's what's happening. All it would take is for next week to come up somewhere, or even next week when all of the sales are reported, to see this last dot right here turn around and go the other way. So not going to call it just yet. But we did go 555, 542, 530 is where we are at in the median sales price. Median list price, that those numbers aren't going to change. And that is definitely on its way down. So where did we peak out at? Well, I peaked out right about, I'm going to say about 660 or so. Just looking at the chart right there. See if I can pull that up real quick. There we go, 670. So peaked out about 670. And we are now down to 610. So we've lost a fair amount of value, which to be expected with rates going where they were. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens when rates start to drop. More about rates in a minute. All right, pending sales down here. Well, I said pending sales, let's talk about it. Pending sales, kind of waffling there a little bit, staying right about the 2,000 per week point. So it'd be interesting to see if that's going to go any lower. All right. And of course, our inventory is dropping. So that's what's happening there with the datas. Let's talk about rates real quick. I talked about the fact that the Fed is anticipated to start lowering rates. But good news, because right now we have finally dropped, we are now below 7%. According to Freddie Mac, the average 30-year mortgage rate is now below 7% at 6.95. Of course, if you want to look at it a different way, we went from 7.03 to 6.95. Not a huge difference, but we're at least back into the 6s. So hopefully have more good news for that. And so that is it for this week. Hope you enjoy my Christmas decorations that my wife set up for me. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and I will see you here next week. Take care. Bye.